You don't need $100,000 in your bank account, and you don't need to flip houses or do wholesaling or some complicated real estate investing strategy. You don't need to flip houses or buy ugly houses for you to start investment property, and you definitely don't need to wait 5 years to get started. In this video, I will show you exactly how to buy your first house in Houston, Texas, and use it to start building a real estate wealth the right way. In this video, you're going to learn the exact 5-step I walk my first investor client through, the loan option that makes buying your first property possible even if you are starting small, how to find the property that makes sense and you make offer on them and start your investment journey confidently and avoiding all the rookie mistakes I have made that a lot of people I know have also made. So you want to watch to the end, because if you have been sitting on the sideline thinking you need more money or more experience, this video is exactly what you need. And by the end of this video, you will have a clear beginner-friendly roadmap to take action without feeling overwhelmed or feeling lost. So as a top producing agent in Houston, Texas, one of my clients in Houston was actually renting for 5 years, saving a lot of money, thinking that they need 20% to buy a house. But when she got hold of me, I was able to get into a duplex with only 3.5% FHA out of her pocket. She stopped renting and she became an instant landlord. She's renting out Unit A and she's living in Unit B as we speak. Now, the rent that she's collecting in Unit A, she's using it to pay her mortgage and is covering almost 90% of her mortgage. Now, she's only paying about $150 out of her pocket every single month to live in that property, while she's also building wealth through rental property. And that is how the smart people play the game. They play it small, but they play it smart way. So the step one is that you want to understand what you actually need to buy a house. Most people think that they need a huge down payment like $200,000, $100,000. Some people even think they have to buy the house cash. But of course, you don't have to buy it cash. The truth is that you can start with as little as 3.5%, $10,000, $20,000, as the case may be for you. Now, you do need about 620 credit score. You need a steady job. You need to have a 2 years tax return for you to qualify for FHA or kind of loan. Example, you can buy a property of $300,000 that require a $10,500 down with FHA. This is what I've helped a lot of people to do without any hassle. You can also use, some seller's credit. We negotiate a seller's credit for you that will help you offset some of your closing costs. There are even some grants that you can qualify for if, of course, your situations, qualify for those terms and conditions, because for everything in real estate, for everything that about lending, there will always be a terms and condition attached to it. Now, pro tips is that you want to hire a lender before you start shopping home, because this lender will give you what we call a pre-approval letter, and that pre-approval letter is your shopping voucher, because without a shopping voucher, without a ticket, you're just wasting your time and you're going to be falling in love with a property that you cannot afford. You want to get a better guidance from a lender that know what they're doing. In the same way, you have to also hire a real estate agent that know about real estate investing. Typically, they are investor themselves. They'll be able to connect you with their rockstar lender, because rockstar know rockstars, right? And they'll make your life so easy that you don't have to stress about anything, because they'll be giving you all the guidance, all their years of experience. They will be pouring it in you and you don't have to stress about it. The step two is that you have to choose the right property for you. As you all know that there is no one size fits all when it comes to buying a house. There are 3 beginners friendly strategy I typically would recommend if you are just getting started. House hacking is the number one, where you live on one side or you rent out the other side, or you rent out the other 2 sides. Buy and hold single family is another one I do recommend, which is what I do all the time. You can also do the burst strategy, where you buy a property that needs some love, you add the love into it, and now you can stabilize that property you can repeat, you can refinance it and repeat it every single time as your situation allow you to do. Now, for Houston beginners, house hacking always win all day long because you can buy 2 or 3 houses with as little as 3.5%, like 15,000, 20,000 down payment out of your pocket while you control 2 properties, mostly new construction. Now, even 4plexes can even qualify for FHA, but for this one, you have to be very careful and make sure the property meets the rent requirement from the lender. So if you find value in this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and share this video with anybody you think will benefit, because that will encourage me to continue to bring you quality content like this that will help you start and scale your rental property portfolio. And that takes me to the step number 3, which is you want to know what you are looking for. You see, Houston is very big. There's a lot of neighborhood, a lot of zip code in Houston, and you want to make sure that you narrow down your search. I will recommend 3 top areas for you if you're a beginner. If you're looking for a single family home with a low price point that will be cash flow friendly, you cannot go wrong going through Alief and Sharpstown. Also, Gulfgate, South Houston is also affordable because there's a lot of tenants that want to rent there. Sunnyside for duplexes, for your triplexes, or for your value add property with a lot of appreciation. You cannot go wrong in Sunnyside. 77051, 77033, 77028, among other zip code that have the same persona like Sunnyside. So you might be asking, what should I look for? It depends on your price point, but typically homes under $300,000 will cash flow and will allow you to also reduce your monthly living expenses. Your mortgage will be lower because the purchase price is low, especially if you're even putting just little money down. You can expect that you need to keep your purchase price as low as possible while you are still being careful of the neighborhood. Now, for multifamily like your duplexes, you're going to be buying them around $400,000 because on the average is around $200,000 per unit. So now there's a lot of tools you can use to search for property. You can use Zillow, you can use HAR.com if you're in the Houston. You can use your local MLS, you can use Realtor.com, and you can use Homes.com. A lot of other online search tools, Redfin, among other ones, but I do recommend you start with your local MLS. If you're in the Houston, we use HAR.com, which means Houston Association of Realtors. And this takes me to step number 4, which says that you have to make an offer. Once you found that house that fits into what you're looking for, it checks all the boxes, everything is good, the number checks out, the neighborhood checks out, then you have to make an offer. This is where you want to get something serious with your agent, because your agent will help you submit an offer. They will help you include a lot of contingency like your inspection contingency, financing contingency, appraisal contingency. You can even negotiate seller's credit to help you closing costs. So these are all the things I typically would do for a lot of my clients. Now, you want to work with an experienced agent who knows about investment strategy, not just your regular agent, because all agents are not the same, and don't just make that mistake that can just grab an agent from anywhere and expect the same result. You will not get the same result because agents are not the same. And this may take me to my number 5, which is the last one, which is property management. Before you close on that property, you want to have a plan in place. How do you want to manage the property? From my experience, a lot of people always skip this part. They don't know until they close. Oh, now I close. Now what happened? You want to make sure you have a management plan in place. Do you want to self-manage the property yourself, or you're going to be hiring a property manager before you close on that property? Even if it's just one unit, you still have to have a plan in place, because failure to plan is planning to fail. You need to know, how will you screen the tenant? How will you collect the rent? How will you handle maintenance? The tools I will recommend for you to manage property are Avail, Turbo Tenant, and also you can use Hemlin. Hemlin is very good. I've been using it for the last 4 years. You can also hire a property manager if you really want to be hands-free, but I do recommend you self-manage your property at least for the first 1 year, so that you can learn about rental property management, how landlord and tenants relate, and even how to hire the right property manager. The real power here is in repeating the process in the next 12 months or so, you should have enough equity for you to refinance, or maybe 2 years. You might have to wait for 2 years. Once you refinance, you can use the money to go and buy your number 2 as a down payment. And that is how you build portfolio one rental at a time. And I'm not just talking about this. I've helped over 400 people to start from 0 to 10 units within the space of 3 to 4 years. Of course, they took a lot of action and they listened to all the advice I gave them. So if you are serious about starting your investment journey in the Houston or in Texas generally, and you are tired of just watching videos over video, this is an opportunity for you to now take action. Comment the word community in the comment section below, and I will send you a free invite for you to join my online community of like-minded people that are on their way to building rental portfolio. They are going through the process just like you, and you can share idea with them. So again, comment the word community and I will send you that free invitation. Either way, just know that I'll always be here to help you as much as you want to be helped. You do not need millions of dollars to start real estate investing. You just need the right plan and the right people by your side for you to get something done. Thank you once again for being here. I truly appreciate you staying till the end of the video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with anybody you think will benefit from it. Before you go, I want you to watch this next video where I talk about how average Americans are buying properties every single day using 0 to 3.5% down payment. Thank you, and I will see you in that video. Bye-bye.